Hello, welcome back to my channel. It is hashtag SOTW 2024. We are looking at the intruder deterrent. I've lost count. Are we on prompt 6? The season is slipping away and I need to start speeding up. How about that? So the intruder deterrent. Now this can be just a follow-on from the previous section, which was the viewing platform, which we've done the spread for with the judgment spread. So it can be a follow-on from that if you wish. This one is the journal prompt is what gets my heckles up, or what pushes my buttons, what goads me, what is it people do that specifically prompt me. So that is a journal space, or you can use cards for this. I'm going to try this for cards today. I have pulled out the much loved Poe Tarot. I like this one a lot, and I might just see what that throws out and we'll see what we pull from it. But before I go there, I want to talk about the crafting aspect today. And with this one, with the intruder deterrent, creating a protection spray, aroma, incense, a sigil to help shield you in these moments. So I, this time of year, always make a wreath, always, for the last 3 or 4 years actually. I've been making wreaths now with fresh greenery. And I did mine yesterday. I had a group of friends over, colleagues from work, and we had, I provided bits and bobs to make a wreath with, and we got going and off we went. So this is, let me see if you can see this. This is my wreath, and it has got curly bits of willow. So I've got twisted willow in mine. I have got gold, these are reusable gold pins, and the red pins here. I have dried orange slices, hessian ribbons. This is a reusable piece of greenery and berries just for colour, and a ribbon. And it's all on a green oasis, and I have pines. And I've just found some firs, these ones, which I'm going to poke into it as well, just to give it some extra oomph and protection. All of these greens and pines have different symbols and meanings. And I have here collected, so this was my last year's one, which had a lot more spiky objects in it for protection. Holly is an excellent protector. And we had red berries, and I had apples in this one, which was for fertility, I think apples are for. I haven't put apples in it this year. This year I've just got the orange slices for abundance. And I will be adding some cinnamon sticks later to mine once I found them. And I have here the magic of cinnamon, so you can see. This is taken from, obviously, Pinterest pages. So this one stimulates desire, passion and romance, encourages both self-love and love with others, enhances natural. So it's like a transformational solar plexus and sun. So that's why I put that one in here. And then I found this one, from Anna Franklin. And this one talks about having glass baubles when you decorate your tree. So it tells us about the apples, ginger biscuits. I have homemade mushrooms on mine for good luck. I have baubles, which represent the sun. I also see oranges as representing the sun. Sorry about the daylight coming in here. I have dried fruit, which would be my orange slices on my tree. I do have glass baubles in which I set candles, but I haven't put them on my tree this year because the branches aren't strong enough to hold them. I'm afraid that they'll either break off, bust, cause a fire, or something worse. I don't actually put nuts on my tree, but nuts are for fertility. And pine cones, I have got some that I need to dig out. There are some that I've got left over from yesterday, and there are some in my current wreath on my door today, which are for immortality. I didn't realise it was an immortality sign as well. So just thought you might all like to know that. And then I wanted to talk about pine. So pine brings that protective, wonderful fragrance if you're going to use it in a simmer pot. Putting it into your wreaths and around your home gives positive energy. It welcomes prosperity for the months and is symbolic for the strength, good health and celebration of life throughout the winter months. So I just wanted to do a few of those things with you so you can see, because this one has that lovely crafting aspect on it. So I have done my craft. I did that yesterday. Obviously I couldn't film it because it's colleagues' work, and they don't even like their pictures and things. So this is mine on the door as it sits, and I have a comparison for last year's just to see how it's changed. And I'll show you some of the bits and bobs that I put into this one. So there we go. Now let's come in and look at our intruder deterrent. So what gets my heckles up and pushes my buttons and goads me? Let's take a look. Got my nails painted for the season as well. So what gets my heckles up? What pushes my buttons? What is it that people do that pushes my buttons? So I'm trying to shuffle. I've got 2 cards have turned over, so let's just have them there for a second. What else pushes my buttons? What else is it that people do that pushes my buttons? Spite. So the Queen of Quills. Words have no power to impress mind without the exquisite horror of the reality. So people who just spout hate and nonsense, that really pips me off. Judges, me. Yeah. 7 of Wells. Have I not told you? I'm going to bring that up. The sun's blinding me here. Have I not told you that what you mistake for madness is but over acuteness of the sense? So people who are all over the place pushes my buttons. People with their fingers in too many pies that don't have time to dedicate to someone, I suppose, pushes my buttons. But equally, these are things that I do back, I think. It's a mirror of myself. My own self irritates me. How about that? The King of Quills. And think that these weak lines are written by him who, as he pens them, thrills to think his spirit is communing with an angel. So I often see the King of Quills as my partner sometimes, and he does bug me because he's so aloof. To me, that message there feels like aloofness. So aloofness pushes my buttons. Decision making pushes my buttons, or people who can't make up their mind, and people who just say hateful things for the sake of saying hateful things. Those things push my buttons. I don't think I need a book for that. So this is my spread. Welcome to my spread for the Intruder Deterrent for SOTW 2024. Okay. I think that's probably all I need to do then, isn't it? So I will leave it there, short and sweet for this week. I will do the next one very shortly. You'll see it come up in a few days' time. What does not need to be aired at this time of year, basically, is how I'm going to do the next one. And until then, take care. Keep watching if you want to know about the greenery in my garden and for wreath making. Okay, let's talk about what we have here today. Eucalyptus. So it comes on stems, and when the leaves fall off, I keep these. I leave them on the windowsill till they dry out, and I write on these when I have a full moon or a new moon intention, especially if I want protection. Eucalyptus is brilliant for protection. It smells gorgeous as well. So I'll write on these with a pen or a marker pen, and then I'll burn them. And the scent that it gives off is amazing. So these are what I use these leaves for, so I'll never throw out unused leaves. When I have bunches that I don't need, I tie them together with some string and I hang them in the shower, hanging from the shower head, so that every time water touches them and the steam in the shower, it gives off a beautiful, delicate eucalyptus scent. And again, I use that for like a protection, so I'd use it for protection, cleansing shower. So these poked into wreaths just for the extra added protection for this time of year, and the scent, of course, and its cleansing property. So this is what I do like to use these, but these are so expensive here. It's like £6 for one tiny little stem of eucalyptus, so it's so hard to get hold of, which is why I tend to treasure it so. We have the pines. So pines, as I've already talked about on my page, so there are different types of pines and evergreens. These are some from the area, and they give off different scents. These ones are ones that I call non-needle dropping pines and Christmas trees, as we use or call them. So these are 2 really great ones, and you see we have different colours. You've got your Douglas firs, your blue firs, your Norwegian firs, so many different ones that you can use. So this is just to show an extension of those. This is one I have in my wreath as it sits at the moment, and I have a few sprigs of this left over from one of my colleagues who came, and she had a different wreath making kit that she brought with her, and so there's a few of these I found lying around which I will be adding to my own wreath just to give it some colour and decoration, and difference in tone and texture. Dried oranges. These are actually blood oranges, for a little bit of extra something. So some blood oranges, as you can see, got some glitter sprinkled on them so they twinkle when the sun catches them. But these I like to pop in just separately around my wreath, and these are on my tree as well, hanging as decorations. These are great. So I see these as extensions of sun, abundance, fertility, everything that the sun brings really for me. So though apples are meant to be fertility as well, I see these definitely as abundance and fertility, just because of the fact that they represent the sun, and the sun brings life to so many things. This is a gorgeous fern. These have another amazing scent to these as well. So as you see, it's very different. It's very frondy. So I plan to, I plan to put some of this just poking out of my wreath, just for, again, some more texture and another shade of green. So when you see that you have all these textures together, when you start layering them up, it does create the most beautiful sort of look to what's going on. And then you add some gorgeous bits in there as well. And the other thing that I was gifted by a lovely lady who has a tree of this twisted willow, I believe it's called twisted willow, in her garden. So she gave me some of this, and then you see these poking out of my willow, out of my wreath at different points, because it's so gorgeous and curly and gnarly. Look at this stuff, it's just amazing. So we have that like poking out at different angles, just to add more texture to what's going on. It's I was just looking to see what else willow does. So it's something that symbolizes regeneration, new beginnings, and letting go of the old. And it also brings in the ability to make sense of something that does not make sense. So when we're talking about heckles and what goads me, what pokes at my buttons, willow might help me make sense of that. So I think it's a perfect thing to have on my wreath this year, and it's come to me quite by chance, as it was gifted to me. It wasn't something I was going to put there, so it's come into my life quite synchronistically, and now I have the right thing to use and put into my wreath. So it's almost as if it's supposed to be there. So I think that was a really beautiful thing to happen this year. Now within this prompt, I do talk about making something that's a sigil that you can wear on yourself. That's easy. So you can create a sigil, you can draw it on a piece of paper, and then you can pop it into the shoe, so it's not on there permanently. Or you can take a black marker and you can draw it into the underside of your shoe if you want to, or somewhere where it can't be seen, and then you have that with you permanently. But what I've been carrying lately is this gorgeous piece of labradorite from Sam's Rings and Things in the UK. And this one, I couldn't not buy this one. So labradorite for me helps to reflect people that are annoying me, things that come out of their mouth that would normally stick to me. This, when I'm carrying it, it seems to not stick to me as much. So this helps to reduce people irritating me, goading me in work. So I've been carrying this for the last 7 days in my pocket, and I tend to carry it in the pocket nearest to wherever the negativity is coming from, or the annoying person's coming from. So if I talk to people, commonly they're on my right hand side, it'll be in my right pocket, giving me a mirror to reflect whatever they say back to themselves, so it doesn't come to me and stick on me or cause me any unnecessary headaches or troubles, or need to concern myself on a need to know basis type thing. So I don't need to know, so I can get rid of it. That is truly it now. That's the end of this prompt. I hope you're having fun and enjoying following along. Until the next one, take care. Bye bye.